Chapter 15, The Price of Happiness. Remember, if you enjoy, like, share, and subscribe. The next morning, you're curled up on the couch in the same spot where you cried yourself to sleep. The curtains are drawn, and you're surrounded by crumpled tissues. You barely stir when the front door cracks open and Nat and Gina stick their heads in. Fiona, you alive in here? If I say no, will you leave me be here to be miserable? After those texts we got from you last night about breaking up with Carter, no way. You hear the door fully creak open, and Nat and Gina tiptoe into the living room. Sorry to use your backup key to sneak up on you like this, but when you stopped answering our texts, we got worried. It sounded like you needed some best friend backup. I just want to lie here forever. I don't know if that's... Gina nudges her. That's an option, sure, but we can stay with you for a while if you're gonna lie here forever. You wipe her eyes with another tissue and take a shaky breath. Yeah, okay. Your friends settle next to you on the couch after Gina tosses an armful of tissues into the trash and you pull a blanket over your lap. Do you want to talk about it? We got this gist of things over the text, but if it would help you to process, we're here to listen. I don't even know where to start. I've just been lying here since last night, wondering if I really did the right thing. Then how about you start at the very beginning and let us give you our take? Really? Need you to get you out of my system. As he smiles, you take a shaky breath and fill your friends on in the parts that you haven't already texted them about. The mistake in the OR yesterday totally shook Carter's confidence. He couldn't stop thinking about it. Started saying maybe he didn't want this career after all. What? He put years of his life into becoming a doctor. Do you really think he meant it? I don't think he did. I think he was just spiraling. He needed to be able to fix something, but he almost threw his life away after over one mistake. You couldn't talk him out of it? I tried, but I've never seen him so stubborn. He felt like he had to choose between me or his job. And I knew if he chose me, he'd only end up regretting it later. Oh, Fiona. So, that's why you... Yes. It was the only thing I could do to stop him. Your throat feels tight as you blink, your mind flashing back to those last minutes in his apartment. The heartbreak on his face nearly knocks you over. It's almost enough to make you take the words back. What? That's it? We're just done? I thought I meant as much to you as you do me. He does. He always has. But if I admit it, neither of us will ever walk away after this. So you stand up, wiping the tears from your eyes, and start picking your clothes up off the floor. Carter, I care. But I can't be the reason you ruin your life. I don't want that for you or for me. It's not ruining anything. I need a change, Fiona. I want this. You wave your hand, cutting him off. I'm sorry, Carter, but I can't do this. On the couch, Gina squeezes your hand. At least you were honest with him. You could have just come up with 100 excuses, hell, just walked out, but you didn't. You told him the truth. I had to. Not that it made leaving any easier. Nat slings an arm around your shoulders. What happened after that? You tug your clothes on, turn towards the bedroom door, and tears blurring your vision. Fiona, please, I don't want to lose you. Sometimes it doesn't matter what we want. Sometimes things just don't work out. You make it to the living room, but he trails after you. I'm sorry, but that's BS. We could work this out if you just talk to me. There has to be something we can do, other than... You shake your hand and finally meet his red-rimmed gaze. Carter. We can't, I'm sorry. You hang your head for a moment as you take a shuddering breath. We always knew this couldn't last forever. It was just supposed to be a one night at Angelique's. And no matter how much it hurts, this doesn't change the fact that this can't go on. So that's it? This is just over? It has to be. You turn towards the door. Please, Fiona, I'm begging you, don't go. As he trails after you, you can't bring yourself to look at him, but you don't have to. The heartbreak in his voice is enough to make your chest feel like it's cracking wide open. This change will be good for me, I swear. You don't have to. Yes, I do. Goodbye, Carter. Saying those words is hard enough, opening the door is almost harder, and then you're stepping out into the night, choking back sobs as his pleas fade behind you. Back at the present, you collapse into your friend's arms. Nat sniffles as they hold you. Gina eventually passes out tissues. I'm so sorry, Fiona. I can't see how much it cost you, but you did the right thing for his sake. I'm trying to tell myself that, even if it doesn't feel like I did. The look on his face when I left, I'll never forget it. For a moment, you all sit there in silence, then Gina clears her throat. I say this with love, but you knew this thing with Carter couldn't get serious, right? It was only ever going to be temporary. I know, but I still fell for him. Every day since I met him, I've told him not to get too attached, but that doesn't change how I felt, how I feel. I'm sorry. Feelings can be real assholes, huh? That's the understatement of the year. So, what do you need from us? If there's anything we can do, we'll do it. Just say the word. Thank you. Right now I need to somehow still open my bakery. I announced the grand opening date on social, so I can't back out. But right now I can barely get off this couch. I don't think I'll be baking up a storm anytime soon. Today, you don't have to. Give yourself another 24 hours to wallow. Gina's right. You need some grieving time. You can get back to the bakery tomorrow. And we'll be here to help in any way we can. You take a shaky breath and nod. Thank you both. We'll get out of your hair for now, but I'm going to use my key to sneak emergency rations into your fridge later. Emergency rations, meaning that triple chocolate ice cream you like, plus a batch of homemade lasagna. You two are the best. They both give you one more hug before heading out, but the moment they leave, all the heartbreak comes crashing over you again. This'll get easier with time, it has to, right? You reach for your phone, desperate for some distraction, and then it buzzes. Another text from Carter. You flip your phone over, try to ignore the text, just like you've done with all of his other texts since you left his place. But that night, as you lie in bed, your phone buzzes with another text. You toss and turn for a while, but I turned off my read receipts. I can at least see what he's saying. How thoughtful of you. You grab up your phone, open his latest text. Fiona, will you call me? Can we please talk? You stare at your phone with grief and regret mingling in your chest. Put your phone down if you're gonna break the guy's heart. Turn off your phone and shove it under your pillow. I can't talk to him now. Maybe one day we can be friendly, but once we both moved on, but today's not that day. So you'll lie there in your cold bed, alone, waiting for sleep to come. The next morning, after much cajoling with Gina and Nat, you meet them for brunch. I see what you're trying to do here, you know. Get me out of the non-stop pity party that is my house. What? No. We just know you love the French toast here so much. We didn't want you to miss out. Yeah, no, you got us, but it's time for your own good. You need some fresh air. I appreciate it, but I'm not exactly in a French toast mood. All I can think about is how much I miss Carter and how much I've hurt him. You weren't trying to hurt anyone. You did it for his own good. My brain knows that. My heart's another story. You sigh, take a sip of your latte, but despite all the milk and sugar, all you can taste is the bitterness. Plus the bakery's grand opening is still coming up, and I haven't been able to bake a single damn thing. You trail off, glancing down at the French toast on your plate, but the sight of it just makes you queasy. He was going to be there to help with all of it. He'd even asked for time off. Oh, Fiona, I'm so sorry. I have to get through it somehow. It's one day. I know I have to suck it up, put on a smile, make this work. But right now that feels Like one of the labors of Hercules? I was going to say impossible, but I appreciate the reference. As a server sets 3 almond croissants on the table, you push aside yours. Nat and Gina immediately exchange a look. If she's turning down French toast and croissants, you know what that means. What means? It's time for a friend intervention, also known as a spa day on Gina's credit card. You're welcome. Hang on, I haven't even said yes yet. But trying to ignore the whole Carter situation isn't working, right? So you need something to focus on. Ideally your hopes and dreams outside of Carter, your future, your goals. All while your skin is lotioned and moisturized to perfection at a high-end spa. I need this. Sure. You know what? I'm up for this. We haven't had a spa day in ages. Then finish your latte and let's get out of here. 10 minutes later, the girls whisk you away to the hottest spa in the city. Before you know it, you're all lounging in private room, wrapped in robes and wearing complimentary slippers. This is the softest robe I've ever felt in my entire life. Alright. I need to know if they sell these from the front desk. If they do, we'll put them on your tab. Tina laughs as Nat wanders over to the counter and points at an incense holder. Ooh, it says we get to choose a scent for our spa experience. Obviously, you have to pick, Fiona. Choose something that smells like the future you want. Choose the incense and the vibes of my future. No pressure. You walk over to the counter and peer at the dozens of incense sticks that are all neatly labeled. Cinnamon for prosperity, amber for comfort and happiness, coconut for protection. Is there something for healing? Really need to get over being sick. Be great. Amber for comfort and happiness. I could use a lot of both right now. Your friends pull you into a brief group hug. You deserve both in spades. Cheers to that if this place had champagne. You light the incense, and as the smoke begins to trickle through the room, you each settle onto a massage table. We should have come here ages ago to celebrate Fiona. You've been working so hard. You're about to open a bakery? That's incredible. We'll see how my business actually turns out and then decide if it's celebration worthy. Oh, no way. You are literally living your dream. That's a huge step. You should enjoy it. I know enjoyment is probably hard to access right now, but I don't want you to miss out on how important this moment is. Alright, I'll try. Before long, 3 massage therapists come into the room and introduce themselves to you, Nat, and Gina. Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'll be working on you today, Fiona. And what kind of massage are you interested in? Choke me. As hard as you can. What? Let's be honest. It's how some of us feel some days, right? You all thought I meant the other kind of choke, huh? Didn't ya? Pervs. I'm kidding, but you know. I'd like a Swedish massage, hot stone massage. Hot stone are the ones they put on your back. I've seen videos of that. Swedish massage, I'm assuming, are a standard one. Swedish. Swedish massage it is. I'll use light to medium pressure, and it'll work out any kinks and knots you might have. Any specific trouble areas? Can I say everywhere? Oh, you'd be surprised how often I hear that. Just lie down and I'll try to help with everywhere. Kaylin gets everything ready for your massage, and you, Gina, and Nat lie face down on your tables. We need to make more plans together after this. It's been ages since we had a girls' weekend. Yeah, I've been drowning in work. You've been busy with the family. Fiona's been busy with the bakery, obviously. You can say Carter's name, it's okay. It's not like I'm thinking about him. You let out a sigh as Caitlin begins kneading massage oil into your shoulders. We know, hon, and we know that this isn't how you thought you'd be spending the week of your bakery opening. But that's why this is so important. Focusing on other stuff. Like what you want to do on our next girls' weekend. You can pick that one, then Nat, then me. That sounds fair. You take a deep breath and try to envision a future without Carter in it. One that still includes things like happiness and laughter. I had those things in my life before I met him. I can find my way back to them. As Caitlin begins working on a particularly stubborn knot in your neck, you try to let the painful thoughts flow out of you and focus on something brighter. What if we all visited Cape Cod? We could go whale watching, kayaking. Ooh, eat a bucket of fish and chips? Oh, lobster. Don't forget the lobster. You know, just think. Back in the day, lobster used to be for the poor people. Just think about that. There was one time lobster was for poor people. Think about that. Weren't those good times? Can we go back to that so I can have some lobster, please? So we're eating fish, chips, lobsters at... I'm picturing a cute cottage on the beach, bonfire outside. If my hands weren't being massaged, I'd looked up rentals right now. We can work out the details after. But it's settled, girls' weekend. Your chest still aches, but you feel first flickers of excitement as you smile across the massage room at your friends. After your massages, the three of you wander down to another room with a saltwater hot tub to soak and relax, and even further. Next stop, hot tub. After that, facials. Nat lets out a happy sigh as you all sink into the hot water. Oh, yes, please. I saw a kelp one on their menu. That sounds to die for. I'll take anything they can give me, honestly. It turns out crying 8 hours a day, sleeping with your face in the couch cushions, is not good for your complexion. Who knew? Oh, Fiona, you're totally making it work? That was a reach. Points for effort, though. But seriously, Fiona, how are you feeling post-massage and all? I'm feeling good, but I can't stop thinking about him. I'm trying, I swear. It's just... That's normal after a breakup, Fiona. What matters is that you're trying. You just have to take it one step at a time. Thanks. I can think of one other step that would help. Gina swipes her phone off a ledge by the water and holds it up. Gina, I'm not sure... You've got to put yourself back out there. Let's see what other hot singles are looking for love. She's already scrolling through a dating app and just stare at her stunned. I'm not ready to get back out there, Gina. And you never will be if you don't try. Dude, it's not even been a day. Are you serious with this shit right now? My brother in Christ. You never will be if you don't try. I know you got to attach this time around, but there's plenty of other fish in the sea. No, there's not. Like this, cutie. I mean, hello, look at that profile. And something inside you snaps. I'm not thinking about other fish in the sea right now, Gina. I just broke up with a man I loved. And you know what? It shouldn't be wrong to tell myself, to let myself truly have something I wanted for once in my life. So stop telling me to move on. I'm sorry if I'm not processing my emotions on your timetable, but it's not going to take me a little more than 5 minutes. Fiona, You stare at her and Gina deflates. I gotta go. Just put the bill on my card, Nat. She gathers her stuff and heads out, leaving you and Nat alone, and you let out a long breath. Please tell me you don't have any constructive feedback on my dating choices. She shakes her head and reaches over to pat your arm. No, you take all the time you need, hun. I think I might need a lot. Yeah, like, dude, seriously, it's been 24 hours, not even. Like, holy shit. You can tell people who have never been in love. You can tell. Like, they just lust over love. They just know what that is. Hey, it's easy to just get back on that app and just go, find another, hot thing to screw. I'm livid when it comes to people like that. A few days later, you're alone in the bakery's kitchen and stressed out of your mind. How is there only one day left until the grand opening? Nat's coming by to help with the fruit tarts later, but I still have to get those cakes in the oven and cool them, frost them. There are a million things to do and bake. Not nearly enough time to do them all. You wrestle a dough hook on one of the stand mixers. And none of it has helped me stop thinking about. Flick the stand mixer on, but it's set to high. And it only takes a second to turn it off, but flour has already scattered everywhere. Great. I can do this. You take a deep breath, try to calm your nerves. It's gonna be fine. I can get everything done in time. And if I can't, no, that's not an option. You manage to clean the floor. A small win. The momentum carries you to another counter where you half-heartedly pick up a frosting bag. But as you put the finishing touches on a gorgeous yellow cake you've been working on, the bag almost slips out of your fingers. Complete the grape pearls. Oh, it's pretty. I base this on the winery trip with Carter. The first time I got to meet his friends, and the last. Pouring the wine sauce around the cake's space only reminds you of the tasting with him, until your reverie is interrupted by a knock at the door. Thank God Nat's finally here. I need someone to get me out of my head. It's gonna be him, isn't it? You wipe your hands and head to the storefront, but it's not Nat waiting in the doorway. It's... Dun 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 dun! No shit! What are you doing here? I'm not here to bother you, I swear. I've been trying to respect your wishes, stay away, but something I bought for the opening arrived today, and I wanted you to have it. He holds up a wrapped parcel. Can I just set it on the counter? Okay. You let him step inside. It only takes him 2 seconds for him to set it on the counter. Then you're both standing there, feeling the pull towards him just as strong as ever. You didn't have to get me anything. I know, but I already ordered it last week before, you know. It seemed like a shame to let it go to waste instead of letting you use it. Even after breaking up, you're so damn thoughtful. There's an awkward silence as you try to look anywhere but at him. He takes one step toward the door and then hesitates. If you want me out of here, just say the word and I'll go. I'd never forgive myself if I didn't ask. Is there any way to make this work? Carter. You open your mouth to argue with him, but he goes on. I know you don't want me to throw my life away, but it's my life. That should be my decision. I love you, Fiona, truly and completely. I'll do anything if it means I get to be with you again. A week ago, you would have given almost anything to hear those words, but now they hurt just that much more. I love you too, but that's not enough. Why not? Because I can't love you and let you throw your dreams away. You shouldn't have to choose between them and me, but sometimes life, it just isn't fair, Carter. Trust me, I know. Carter nods, still heartbroken, but a look of understanding flickers over his face. I should go then. But neither of you moves a muscle. This could be the last time I ever see him. Your last chance to kiss him, to say all the things you've wanted to say. You left his apartment. So basically one last battle chicken wow wow. Get close and get closure. Just say no. As much as you want to linger here with him and steel yourself a nod. Yeah, you should go. Understood. He opens the door, glances at you one last time over his shoulder. Goodbye, Fiona. Once the door closes behind him, you slowly unwrap the gift. No, is this... Bake the most of it, bakery. I never had time to order one. A sign. He remembered the name I picked. Bake the most of it. It's a play on the motto you've been trying to embrace since you met him. The man you just let walk out the door. How do I ever get over him? This is the most thoughtful gift anyone has ever given me. How the hell am I supposed to move on from a man like that? Your chest feels like it's being squeezed in a vice. Then there's another knock at the door. He came back. Maybe this was all a mistake. Maybe he's right. Maybe somehow we can find another path through this. Your fingers tremble as you open the door once more, and then you freeze. We need to talk. Ah, yes. The X. Anyway, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy, to like, share, and subscribe. Head down in the description. Otherwise, let me know what you think in the comment section, or hey, at the very least, let me know how your day is. For me, sorry about being a little late on this, but pretty much been sick. Going on day 5 now of this stuff. It seems ever so slowly I'm losing the battle. But trying to push on and get this stuff done for you guys. So, again, if you did enjoy or want to show your appreciation, hey, like, share, and subscribe. There's also the join and whatnot buttons, also ways of giving back. You want to get me coffee or medicine, that'd be great. But otherwise, yeah. So here's my thoughts on this. So, long story short is, you already know my thoughts. um, I think that this is all dumb. Um, Again, it's his choice to make. It's not like he's making a choice. See, your choice was different, and that's the thing she's not realizing. She's not going to be consumed being a surgeon. He has other opportunities, other things that maybe he chose this line of career or path or whatnot, but he realizes that maybe, just maybe, he wants love. And, in order to attain it, which might be more important to him, he's willing to sacrifice the work that he's done so far. Sometimes people do make that choice. They really, really do. Heck, I can think of sometimes Superman did some things like that. There's always going to be heroes out there that do things like that. But, again, those are discussions for another time and probably another type of audience or whatnot, because I know, not a lot of people are hugely into the superhero thing right now. I've always been a person who looks at things like that, anime, etc., a lot of inspirations and things like that, and then also the life experiences that I've gone through. And it's up to a person to decide. It really is. Um, Again, I feel like maybe he could go into the cosmetic surgery thing. Remember, that was something that was hugely overlooked. She gave him the business card and everything else, and there was that, I believe there was highlighted text to that too. So he might choose, hey, I can step down from being this high and demand surgeon, but I can still help people in just a lesser capacity. I don't know. Just a thought. Or just there needs to be some sort of, what's the word for it? Again, I think the fact that he wasn't on call, there was nothing going on, it was his day off, everything else, you've got to have time to wind down. And especially if he wasn't on call, that whole, well, you're always on call, that's complete and utter BS. That's the job and the hospital and their very limited confines of, like, having other employees or whatnot to do that job, or to have always someone as a backup. Again, if he was off and it was his day off and he wasn't even on call, which we've established, then dude, come on, get over it. You have a right to live a life. And then Sid didn't help things either. Hey, come on, scrub in. Oh, you should have been on call. You should have been answering the phone. You should have been answering the text. Sid didn't help things either. Again, a lot of people are starting to wake up to that, hey, I work my tail off, and if it is a day off, I am not answering my phone. And people turn off their phones, and I don't blame them. It is not your responsibility to be on call 24/7. You have to find a balance. You have to enjoy life, because I'm telling you right now, there's all the years I've had on this planet, but let me convey it from someone who's twice my age, okay? Hell, let me convey it from someone who I've seen 70, 80, 90, 100-year-olds talk about this, is basically, you're allowed to sit down and enjoy life. Life should not be all about working. It really shouldn't. And so, again, I think this is where that story, people have to realize that. It's not all about working your tail off 24/7. Yes, work has to get done. Chores have to get done. Cleaning has to get done. But don't do it 24/7. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think, and it will be over in that quick. Get in a car tomorrow, you basically have a heart problem, a health problem, something happens. You may think your heart's in great health, but hey, guess what? Pulmonary embolism, brain aneurysm, there's a million things can happen to you, and you could be as healthy as an ox, but something happens. So there's no reason not to live life to the fullest and find love and happiness, friendship, all of that. Life is meant to be about enjoying, not living and wallowing in misery and whatnot. So, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you listened. Otherwise, catch you all later. Peace out.